I love old things, don't you? So, I got a whole lot of vintage papers, and I want to work with some vintage collage papers. I've got my great-grandmother's history going back to the 1800s. She was born in 1879, and my grandparents, all their World War II memorabilia, including Christmas cards, newspapers, original newspapers, but I am not going to use my own family history and destroy it to put a collage together as a background. I could take pictures of it and then print it out on my printer from my computer, which I might do at some point because there's some really cool stuff, but it would have to go with the theme of the painting. And the theme that I've been working a lot lately with is balance. You know, balancing your personal life with work, balancing your passions with your responsibility, all of that stuff. And recently I also got engaged. So there's a whole lot of stuff that I've been thinking about that kind of goes along with living an authentic life and maintaining balance. But I really want to work with vintage papers. So I love old things. If you look around my kitchen, you will see antique kitchenware. And that was handed down to me from my grandmother because I always loved it, and there was something very comforting about it when I was a child. So, yes, I'm very old-fashioned. And if I could dress like this all the time, I certainly would. But I would get a lot of paint all over myself, and I tend to drop food on myself on a regular basis, especially coffee, which I will be working with today because my friends, I'm going to make my own, excuse me, I had to swallow, vintage collage papers. Now, I've already created some, I wrote a bunch of my thoughts down. I created my own newspaper article. I created 12 tips for an authentic life, which is going to become one of my collage papers. I also did a physical inventory count sheet on my life. Seems weird, but I thought a spreadsheet might work. Some numbers. Numbers are always, lots of numbers actually. I went a little ham on the numbers. And then the theme that I want to work with, which is balance. But of course, you know, in order to make these vintage collage papers and make an absolute mess, I can't stay in this outfit. So, let's get started.
For this project, you of course will need supplies. Hot coffee, instant coffee, sheet pan, your paper, a paintbrush, paper towels. Now you can start. Pour your coffee on top of your paper, and you want to brush it around there. Don't pour too much coffee because then you'll just be like wasting coffee, and who wants to do that? Then you can sprinkle your instant coffee crystals on there and get a little more hot coffee on there to help them disappear. I can't think of the word. Disintegrate. Then leave it on there for about 5 minutes. Take your paper towel, and you just want to take off the excess. Peel it off real nice and gently there. Oh, don't they look lovely? Put them in the oven, which is at 200 degrees, for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. You'll know when the paper is curled up on the edges that they are done. And look at that. You have aged paper. Now that I have the papers the way that I want them, trimmed down and everything, I'm ready to glue them down. So I'm going to use my favorite liquid matte medium. I'm going to take a reference photo with my phone of how I laid them out in the first place, and then all I have to do is glue them down and use a catalyst wedge to get all the bubbles out.
I do the conclusion of this video, look at this. Look at this. Someone actually proposed to me. Not just someone, it's someone I know very, very well. It's not just a stranger on the street. It's like, hey, Lydia, will you marry me? No. My boyfriend proposed to me, and thank goodness he is just as strange as I am. Two weirdos facing the world together. I said yes. It would have been weird if I said no, but can I have the ring? It's gonna be good. Okay, well, I think that was a success. Creating some aged papers out of new papers is actually a really cool technique, and I think it came out really, really cool. So once this dries, I'll be able to start adding texture to it, and then what other components I want to add to it after that, which I'm not really sure about at this point in time, but I'm sure all of that inspiration will come because of this beautiful vintage looking background. Anyway, I hope you found this video informative. I hope you found this video informative. If you like this video, please hit the like buttons. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. There aren't any fumes from this. I don't know why I can't speak today. And I will see you next time. Bye.